Hello, everybody. It's me, Joe, and yeah, you've read the title of this video. Oh boy, woo, man, you guys, wow, you guys let me know. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, I kind of maybe was a little too vague when it came to explaining my stuff from yesterday's Lazerpig video. Because boy, you guys made sure to tell me. Like, I think it all stems down to this. Like, all your comments basically boil down to their most minimal form, ease for maintenance and ease for this little quick explanationary video, is you're basically going, really? The ATTE? Really? Really? You think that's practical? You think that's really the most practical thing you can do? Really? Let me explain myself, please. The reason I chose the ATTE is because basically I was going in its most effective form, is what we need to strive for, like in the most effective form. Do I think the ATTE could be built in the modern day and used modernly? No. No, far from it. Hell no. Because number one, boiling down, building the goddamn thing, getting the technology to build that thing, we're nowhere close to that. We are at least a good 60 to 80 years from ever having the technology to prototype the damn thing, let alone put it into mass production. And that's if everything goes well. That's if we start researching the technology to build this thing, make it practical, and start working to build that technology to make this. And that's if everything goes right. That's if Congress doesn't get in the way. That's if the DOD doesn't get in the way. That's if that's if we pick a company to properly start working on this stuff. But when does that ever happen? So 60 to 80 years at the least, and that's if everything goes right. I'm saying that we might see something like the AT-AT maybe in the next 100 years. I will be long since dust. I just chose the ATTE because it's probably the most perfect form of like what we need to strive for in terms of modern day military tactics. The ATTE is literally one of the most perfect vehicles in all fiction that could work in modern warfare. And plus, as one of my fans in the Discord put it, there was a picture I saw done by an artist, Vandal. Oh boy, I forget his name. I'm not gonna post a picture of it, but Temic says I'll put his name down there. Put his name down in the description to give him credit because the design he made was flippin' amazing. We showed what the ATTE would look like in real life here, and it looked extremely practical to me. So, but again, we are well about a century away from ever having walkers. And yes, I know everybody gave me the thing like, it's too big, it would stick out like a sore thumb. All modern military equipment sticks out like a sore thumb. It literally is like, tanks are only getting bigger and bigger. They're not getting smaller and smaller. They're getting bigger and bigger. Like, I mean, look at the I know I'm bringing up Russia here. Look at the T-14 Armata. That thing is literally an A-10's wet dream. That is, an A-10 will look at that thing and start drooling. They'll be like, honey, I'm not going to have dinner tonight. That is a meal. So, yeah. Tanks are only getting bigger and bigger. So size, in my opinion, is not a big issue now. When people start saying, well, size is an issue, I'm like, have you looked at modern tanks? They're not exactly subtle. So yeah. So size for me really doesn't kind of factor in anything. But yeah, ATTE aside. What do I think is most practical for modern day use? It's quite simple, really. The Striker. That vehicle is beyond practical. It is so versatile. It is everything the M113 was. It was almost everything it was, and it's more. It is so modular. It is so useful. It is so what we need more of. And I'm not saying tanks are completely obsolete. Hell no. But the way tanks currently have it, they're not practical. Modern day tanks are designed for tank-on-tank combat. Big open fields, the long lines of tanks, basically Kursk 2.0. That's never gonna happen. Everyone knows that. That was basically the Russian strategy in Ukraine, and Ukraine said, fuck that, we're gonna lose. They saw that and they're like, wait a minute, the Russians expect us to go out with our tanks and fight them head on? Hell no. Guys, grab the javelins and RPGs. Let's go hide in the woods and wait for the tanks to come to us. So tanks as they currently are, they're not practical. That's what's obsolete. Not the tank in general, but just the way tanks currently are. Honestly, the most practical way of looking at tanks, the most practical way of using tanks is actually seen in Fury. That scene where all the Shermans, including Fury, are supporting ground infantry, moving up and supporting the infantry. That is perfect, explanation of what tanks need to be nowadays. They need to have machine guns to cover the troops, but they also need to have that big flippin' cannon in order to help take out more fortified positions. I.e., say in Fury, they were fighting those anti-tank guns. So yeah, if you want what I think a tank needs to look at, you need to look at something that does something similar to that. Nowadays, tanks are only meant to take on other tanks, and that rarely ever happens. So really, all they've been used for is just low-key assault guns, which is what they were not designed to do. That's why I'm saying they're obsolete. It's not the tank in general, it's just the way they're currently being built. That's obsolete. That type of thinking is obsolete. I think we need to build more strikers, personally, because I think it's just they're more infantry supportive. They can carry the infantry and they can support the infantry, and they're so modular. You can have the standard machine gun emplacements on top. There's ones with giant ass anti-tank guns. There's some with 30mm Bushmaster cannons. There's some with tow missile launchers. Hell, there's one with a 120mm mortar. The Striker, in my opinion, is the most versatile military vehicle possible. That is something we need to be putting more of into the field. We need to be putting more of that stuff into the field. Because that's what we really need. That's what we really need. So to the people who kind of misinterpreted me, and in hindsight's 2020, looking back on the video, I did give that impression that I was saying all tanks were obsolete, and I duly apologize for that. I'm not perfect, no historian is, and hey, it's up to you guys to keep us honest. And thank you guys. You guys taught me some stuff. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate it. But yeah, tanks in the current way they're being built, obsolete. Tanks in general, no, not obsolete. And we're not going to see an ATTE anytime soon. I promise you that. Yeah, DARPA's too busy doing other useless stuff. But anyway, yeah, I thought I needed to clarify that, because oh boy, you guys are giving me oh my god, the amount of brah energy I was feeling was just oh boy, I should talk about this. But yeah, so that's it. Am I seeing an ATTE in my future? Hell no. Well, I will be well gone before that ever comes out. I just want to see more strikers, and we need definitely some more tanks. More tanks built to support infantry, because that's where we're going. We're never going to see another curse. There's never going to be another tank-on-tank duel. It's over. That era is gone. That era was kind of always a fantasy. And that's just how it is. So, if the chieftain does see this, please don't come to and beat me up. Please, I like tanks too. It's just the way they're being built. That's just it. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys around.